The first time I heard about the opportunity, I was in campus. I remember, I think I was in my second year of engineering. And my mom had come for a training in Malaysia. And I started hearing about what she was doing. That was the first time I got exposed to the idea. I didn't really understand it, but I kind of shared it with some of my friends in school. And unfortunately, I faced a lot of rejections or people who said it wasn't going to work. And at one point I said, you know what, it's not worth it. And I just let it go. So I graduated and I moved back to Kenya. And then I faced the reality of unemployment. I felt like I was begging for employment, despite the fact that there was so much money and so much sacrifice put into it. And that's when I took QNET seriously. That's when I decided to take it up. I used to be literally a nobody. I was always below average, I was mediocre. I never believed I would accomplish much, even in school. You know, I was always the one who was behind everybody else. I always felt behind. I think my most unforgettable moment was when I went to VCon in 2009. And that's when VP Sati had gone on stage. And he just talked about his life. And I heard him say that statement, from nobody to somebody, become a somebody. And that the only way I could make a difference and the way I could uplift my family was to become somebody. I started thinking about it, and I remember he told us to close our eyes, and I closed my eyes, and I remember just seeing my dad, I remember seeing my mom, and I just started crying. I realized that I was a reflection of them. By being a nobody, I had reflected all the wrong things that they had taught me. And my parents are fighters, they are warriors, and they just represent so much. And I remember that moment when it just clicked. And I said, this is it. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it for them. Just that moment of understanding what my dream was, understanding what my purpose was, and that I could be something. Compared to where I am right now and for my age and what I've achieved, I would say yes, I have achieved a lot. But have I achieved successfully? No. I think there's so much more that I could do. I think there's so much more potential that I do have. So I still think there's a journey to go. I don't think there's success as a point. I think it's just a journey. Success is the journey itself. What it meant for me at the time when I started, success for me was being able to give my family whatever they wanted. Success was materialistic. But I think today's success for me is making a difference. For me, success means going from nobody to somebody. That's what I wanted to become. And that can only happen if I also make a difference in other people's lives. Because being somebody means making a difference out there. So that's, I think, what it has evolved into. I have more faith. I have more belief. And I can dream. If people hear my story, I want them to feel hope. I want them to believe in faith. I'd want them to feel like they deserve. If someone was to hear my story, I'd want them to feel these three things. And then most importantly, that I made a difference in my family's life. I think more than anything else, I want to go up there knowing that I made the difference in this family of mine. That would be my dream. That's what I would want people to remember me for, that I made a difference in my family.